This is Mission
tell us
Control
a lot
Houston.
about the age of the universe and the age of the moon. You know, it's 4.5 billion years old, and we can learn a lot from just looking at the regolith or the dirt that is on the moon.
Refresh on your screen.
Well, thank you for that question, and thank you for that answer.
Yes, sir. We're going to look to do a quick refresh on your screen if you guys are okay with that.
And then earlier today, we wanted to ask you, what do you want to know about living in Orion? And we told you to pick between what the crew eats, how they sleep, how they fly the vehicle, and how free time is spent in the winter. Most of you wanted to know how to fly the vehicle. And we are going to be doing that.
Yes, we are. You know, that's a great question, and actually part of what we're going to go do. So the rocket is fairly automated, right? There's a countdown, and the whole system knows when it needs to ignite the engines. But we are going to do some manual piloting throughout this mission. Once they launch and they separate from the ICPS, they're actually going to do a rendezvous and proximity operations demonstration. So what does that mean? They're going to take that portion of the rocket and they're going to try to fly closely to it, and so they will actually take manual control of the Orion spacecraft and try to get nice and close to the other portion of the rocket that had just separated. And so you can see actually a little bit in the view that you have right now. So for Reed, the left-hand person, his right hand, there's a kind of a joystick, if you will, on the right side, and then on the left side there's something similar. And so they've got translational and rotational hand controllers in order to command the rocket in different axes.
Yeah, it's really exciting. I mean, Victor said it himself, like one thing that he's really looking forward to is piloting Orion manually. So we'll get to see that during our continuous coverage. Again, we are covering this entire mission. We started with tanking, and we will go all the way through splashdown, so you will see what Nicole was just talking about, that proximity ops demonstration,
will stand by to
where the crew will pilot Orion manually.
Check on all 4 of the crew member suits for the Artemis 2 mission.
And so, speaking of their 10-day mission, why don't we take a closer look at the crew's home away from home for the next 10 days. Here's Megan Carter again from the KSC Visitor Complex.
Crew members.
All right, thanks, Megan. Yeah, it's getting real out there, so I'm going to bring you back to the moon board so I can show you just a few things about the Orion. Obviously, it is going to be very compact, sitting up there on top of the SLS rocket.
For nearly a day, 23.5 hours to be precise, and turn around and approach the upper stage, including the astronauts and the flight controllers.